Hey, what's up? This is your girl Diamond. As you can suspect, there are a lot of young trans men and women that hit me up all the time asking me for advice on different things. And one of the main things that they hit me up, email me, and stuff like that about is actual taking the steps to transition. Um, if they're young, it's if they live with their parents or they live with somebody or that may not be fully in support of their transition. Um, I'm really not comfortable with giving advice about transition because I don't know each individual specific scenario or situation that you're in. So you could live with some militant, psychotic ex-veteran that's crazy that if you tell him that you're transitioning, he will, cut your head off or something. I wouldn't want to advise you to do something and, and then something bad happened. That's not what, that would be devastating. So, but I do like to help people and I do like to, give my opinion on, what exactly you should do. So in this video, I'm going to talk about, you know, what I think the steps that you should take in your transition to make your transition smooth. You have to take this information and adjust it and tweak it for your liking and your scenario. All right, so if you are in the household with your parents, then there are certain things that you can do that they won't notice. First of all, starting hormones and electrolysis to get the hair off your face, you can do that while you're still living as a boy because the effects are so gradual that people won't notice it until it's already too late. I suggest you getting a plan of when you're going to be out of their home. You definitely should be headed towards out. So, if that's the case, then you know, if you say, well, okay, I'm gonna work and save my money for 2 years and and then I'm gonna get my own place. You know that in March of 2014, you want to have your own place out of your parents' house. So that means now, in 2011, you need to be working on a plan of getting a job and saving your money to get hormones and to get electrolysis because the hair and the hormones are what's going to change your life. There's boobs and stuff later, but we'll talk about in your situation right now. So hormones, what it's going to do is going to soften your body. It's going to, if you're M to F, it's going to soften your body. It's going to soften your feature. You're going to grow breasts, but it's going to be slow and gradual like a natural girl would. If you're M to F, it's the same thing, but opposite. You're going to get you're going to be hungrier. It's going to be easier for you to build muscle tone. You're going to start growing hair. Your clit is going to get bigger. Your sex drive is going to go up. And, that's what's going to happen if you're that. So the hormone, definitely start taking them as early as possible. As far as getting them, I know if you don't have insurance and doctors to get them, there are ways that you can order them online. You have to do your research and get those things done. Now, I am not an advocate of self-medicating, but I have self-medicated all my transition. I've never had a doctor prescribe me, except for when I first started. He did prescribe me, but once I found out that I could get them on my own, I got them on my own. But that was my choice. I can't, the safest way is to go through a doctor, but sometimes you have to do what you have to do to transition. And sometimes you're in a rural area where your doctor does not agree with your transition. The local doctors don't agree with your transition, so they won't help you. So you have to do what you have to do. What else? Once you do the hormones, get the electrolysis. If you're hairy and all that kind of stuff, and you already started puberty and you're starting to get a beard and stuff like that, you have to start working on that. Start getting electrolysis, even if you have to save your little McDonald's check and get, a treatment once every 6 months. Whatever you can do to keep progressing towards your transition, that's what you need to do. Don't be rushing. Don't, all this craziness getting, all kinds of foolery. Don't do that. Start doing your research now, and then by the time that you are out on your own, you have a new plan to get your implants if you want to get implants, to get your FFS, F as in Frank, F as in Frank, S as in Sam, FFS, which is, do your research on that. Check out the pictures. It's amazing. Do that. All those things you have to, take the proper precautions. Don't stop your transition. There are things you can do while living as a boy that you can do that will, once you decide to go full time, you're already on a certain level. So definitely save enough money to where, you are self-sufficient. You don't have to go back and ask your parents for anything. You don't have to be struggling. Make sure you keep a job. This is last but not least. Education. You have to get your education. Put your transition on the back burner for your education. Do not drop out of school, because when you get your degree in whatever you're good at, when you get your degree, that's gonna put you in a job where you can make money to do your transition. Simple as that. Even if you can find a company that is LGBT friendly, just as long as you have the credentials. Because if you come into an ugly real world, and there are people that are in this real world that are against you, you have to have every weapon that you can battle against their discrimination or hate with. And one of the most underrated weapons is education. You need your degree. So never drop out of school. I don't care what's going on. It will get better later on. So definitely get your education. Do the small things until you're able to do the big things. And that is my advice on transition. I hope this helped. This is your girl Diamond. Make sure you keep sending me those questions.